Hey Tristan, I'm going to be speaking kind of hunched over because I'm in a public place. But let me answer these questions because there are two sort of distinct answers here. I looked at them just a second ago. So which audience and users would be best to target? Who is the least satisfied with the 800 words? Are there already enough things for news junkies? Should we try things for the rest? And I have a slightly different take on this question, which is... and this is what we talked about at Circa. We actually didn't have a demographic per se, like a 30-year-old male, makes X amount of dollars or whatever. Instead, we were thinking about people's activities. So like the person on the BART or the subway, the person standing in line who has an extra 5 minutes, because the short explanation for that is that the phone opens up new moments of media consumption that didn't used to exist. My favorite example of this is the 50 years ago, you and a buddy are at a bar, your friend goes to the bathroom, you're at the bar, and you just sort of sit there and you're just supposed to, be with your thoughts. Today, if you and your buddy are at a bar and your friend goes to the bathroom, you immediately take out your phone and you've got about, bathroom time, so like a minute and a half to do something. Check your email, check your Twitter, whatever. In fact, some people would say you look weird if you don't pull out your phone, right? Like, who just sits at a bar alone, even if it is just while your friend's at the bathroom, right? Like, that's, the normal behavior now is to pull out your phone. So we were thinking about those pockets of time. And I think, again, 800 words doesn't fit the short pockets, and 800 words doesn't fit the long pockets. And I think, there was this moment for 800 words combined in a paper that was like good for the morning, but again, it's kind of like they only worked together in aggregate as a paper, not like a standalone 800 word. So that's the way we thought about it. Not necessarily a specific type of person, but more like types of activities. And this related to this is, and following your thoughts on the platform defining the media, should the news industry try to design and build platforms, or leave it to the platforms of tech companies? This is really tough. Because there are certain platforms that I don't think news companies can dream about creating. So, I mean, in a future where there's driverless cars, there will be media for driverless cars. And I don't think that news companies should be in the business of trying to create driverless cars, right? Like, leave that to, Google, Tesla, and Toyota, or, the really big companies, right? That said, I do think there still is some room for... media companies to, and same with social networking, right? Like, no news company is going to build a Facebook now, right? That ship is sailed. But when there are new opportunities like infrastructures like VR or bots or things like that, there's a little room, I think a little elbow room to jump in and try and own something quickly. But that space gets filled up really quickly, and you really have to react. Like right now, bots is there is an infrastructure there. It's still within a platform, right? Like whether it's WhatsApp or Twitter or Telegram or Facebook, but nobody kind of owns the idea of news consumption in that space. So, anyways, that's the way I think about these two questions. Hopefully, that is helpful. And yeah, bye bye.